this is Katie. Thank you for joining me on the My Senses, My Space podcast. And today on My Wins, I would like to see if maybe this might help you. Today is about refills and replenishments. And so all of us need to restock our homes at some point in time. Everything is kind of runs in a cycle, whether it's food or medications or supplies of any kind. Those things kind of need to constantly come back into our homes, and because we're using them up. But a lot of times we can feel caught off guard about something, or maybe it's like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I need to get a refill on my medication. Oh my goodness, I'm out of milk. Oh my goodness, And some of those things can't be helped because sometimes our use of things goes faster than we expect. But if you don't have any kind of system set up to think about how do I replenish my home, maybe this might help you. So a while back, I started with organizing one thing that I would constantly need to refill, but I wanted it out of my brain because those refill times were not just a week or a month away. They were a couple months. And it was mainly like a medication or a supplement that I was taking. So I took some time to go through and put a couple of those things into my to-do app. And I put them on the cycle of say if it was 90 days, I would have the first one due in 80 days, because I would count 10 days before I absolutely needed that item back into my home. I would give myself 10 days of a grace period of acquiring that item. And so I just started with like 3, because for me, it helped to have those kind of just 3 items out of my brain and not thinking about it. But I would suggest in just starting with 1. If 1 helps, you can move on to more after that. So how do you come up with kind of this grace period? And what I recommend is having anything from the time that you need to order something. So from the time that you get that reminder, see it in your calendar, see it as a pop-up alert, anything like that, from the moment you see that to the moment that you have it in your hand, that is your grace period. And so it could be that, yes, I know that it takes at least 5 days for me to order this and to actually have it arrive in the mail. I know that if I call my pharmacy, it's going to take at least 3 days. I know that if I'm depending on someone else to acquire it, it's going to take a certain amount of days. So that is your grace period from the moment that you receive that to the moment that you are taking action on that item, which may be that moment, that hour, that day, or that week. Be honest with yourself. Know thyself, and think about how you will not feel rushed in the moment. Like, I don't want these to be like freak out moments for you to go, oh my goodness, I have to do this right now, and this is putting me under stress. That is not the point of these. The point is to allow enough time for whatever that item is to come back in a very manageable time, and that it eases the overwhelm and stress. Now, this could also work as a subscription, right? Like, if you need milk every week, there are services who will, hopefully in your town or wherever you're at, that bring milk to you on a weekly basis. And I usually go a little over of going, okay, I need probably 1 or 2 cartons of milk. Like, I usually kind of go over just because I don't want the worry of running out of milk, because it is very essential in our house. Because my son needs it for many of his snacks, and to not have that available can put a little tailspin on things. So if you can automate any of it, like having refill blades for your razor come at a certain point, to have certain like creams or moisturizer or shampoos or anything like that, if you find how you're using something on a regular basis, and if you don't know your cycle of when you would need that replenished, look at when the last few times that you've purchased it. So sometimes I need to go in there and see, like, okay, what were the last dates that I ordered this item, because I have no idea how like fast we're going through something as a family. And so that can be very telling of like, oh, it's about every 4 months. Oh, it's about every 8 weeks. So looking at that and then thinking again, what is my grace period? And then scheduling it digitally. But you can also, if it works better for you, write it on paper. Put it in your calendar, wherever you're looking for your daily tasks. You can do these things. So with paper, it's a little harder, because I found that sometimes I need to adjust those periods of time. Maybe it's seasonal, that we're going through more of a product during the summer and less during the winter. And how does that average out? And how could I reset all of those in a paper planner if things need to be adjusted? Or you can have like a year at a glance calendar. I love those that are dry erase, that's just on your wall, and then write a few notes on there of what you need to replenish at certain points. And if it needs adjusting, you can just wipe it off and put a new date on there. So I would love to hear about what methods you have come up with on how you're replenishing your home and finding more ease after you're discovering the cycle of what you're using, and how it reminds you, because this is just one way and this is just what works for my brain, and I would love to hear how it works for your brain. So feel free to DM me on any social media. Facebook and Instagram are both at My Senses MySpace, and my email address is listen@mysensesmyspace.com. Until next time, thank you for joining me on the My Senses MySpace podcast.